will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And it wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the one touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, I think he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
He had 6 catches in the wild card win, and that's his first one here in the divisional round, and it's a first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They go to Elliott again. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. To throw is Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he will have a Cowboys first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw taken in there by Crowder. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Prescott yet again. Left side to Lamb. And he will have a Cowboys first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Looking to throw. Prescott. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
To try again after the sack. Prescott. Under pressure, they got him again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team.
Oh, Prescott stripped. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And, Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. To throw, it's Lance. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance. He finds Kittle going across the field. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Niners are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, they're on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictates.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this will want to ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Lance getting this out wide to Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. This fielded right at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put. Oh, Prescott stripped. (14-0) the score. This is the NFL. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Prescott's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he's got some space here. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
On second down, Elliott. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through about 4 completion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Inside give to Elliott. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
They'll set up the screen to Elliott. He did it again. Touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott from 8 yards out. And the Cowboys are back within a score. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was all finished on the touchdown reception by Ezekiel Elliott. Takes it at the 7. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, 49ers. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now Prescott steps away to it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Taking a shot for Samuel. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On play action, Lance. That's caught downfield by Kittle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Lance now on 1st down. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. McCaffrey running up the middle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Play action. Now it's Lance. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. On the ground, McCaffrey. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did. And that should set them up well for the second half to come. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final adjustments as we speak. Which of these 2 teams is going to advance to the NFC title game next Sunday? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon Gaud.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And they have made this look easy. And there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets.
There he goes, right side. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, his second touchdown of the night. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main guy.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
picked up by Talanoa Hufanga.
And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
This taken in at the goal line.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
And that's Elliott, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that,
and Prescott, his 3rd interception. William Jackson with a pick. And into the end zone, a pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Taken at the goal line.
And these guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A first down carry by Elliott. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Prescott from the gun. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line. He'll buy some and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Micah Parsons coming in from that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
Another try after the first down sack.
Lance.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Damone Clark fought his way through and buried him behind the line. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this one is incomplete.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lamb.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC. Back now here in Santa Clara. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott.
That is caught by Lamb.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Here's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dalton Schultz from 6 yards away.
And the Cowboys get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From the 6. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
Man, it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to the hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game. Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Cowboys take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From the 6. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Ready?
Shotgun now for Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now Lance. He's got a man, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now a play fake. Lance. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And between the last 2 plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, McCaffrey. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. A brief pause in the action here as they tend to an injury. That's George Kittle shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Kuhn knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because They're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. First down, Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 14. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Prescott.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout.
He's got a man. Complete. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. That one looks like he'll throw here. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Throwing on 2nd and long. Lance, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. He's at the 30. 10, 5. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys.
So that's about as fortuitous of a bounce as you're going to find as it's scooped up and taken in for the touchdown.
And I love how you use the word fortuitous there, because as that popped up, he just happened to be in the right place, grabbed it, and found his way into the end zone.